Girls, I just found an ultimate life hack on how to test if your partner is the one. You simply ask him for money to get your nails done. It's such a small gesture, but for us girls, like, it means a lot because nails are so important. Like, I can't live without my nails. I'd rather starve, but have my nails done. So this will determine on how he will treat you in future, if he can respond to your small need. Let me know in the comments what they do and follow me for more content like this.
This guy said some of y'all are getting too old to be on those club flyers. I thought it was bingo night, and I can't stop thinking about it.
My problem with this generation of men is that they don't like taking care of women no more. Because look, growing up with my mom and my dad for as long as I did, like, they were not the best, but my dad did whatever he could for my mom to make sure she was comfortable and happy. This generation, I could tell a man, oh my gosh, like, I'm going through it, my stomach hurts, I have a headache, I can't drive, I just need you to bring me some food or something, right? They will deadass be like, I don't know what to tell you, I had a long day too, like, I'm tired, I'm going to sleep. Or they'll be like, I don't know, sounds like a personal problem, and bang on you. Like, I swear, this is how this generation is.
I've been trying to be real calm with this. I ain't had no reason to yell, but I'm gonna be so honest. I have never seen a lazier generation of men in my life. I mean, every generation had their struggles. But this generation of men, of guys, because it ain't men, it can't be, are lazy. Y'all leave it up to women to do everything. She want to hear from you, guess what? She got to call you. She want a little text, a little good morning text, guess what? She got to do that too. If you want to talk to me, why don't you just call me? If you want to see me, why don't you just say so? When are you going to initiate something for a woman that you claim to like? Because stuff like that make me go up out of here. Then I start to act like I don't care. Then I start to actually not care. What are we doing? When do y'all initiate a date? When do y'all plan a date? When do you say, hey, just be ready? Y'all don't do that no more. What is going on? You're making me lose my mind. Y'all are so lazy.
Listen, I love my job and all. I work nightlife. And yes, I understand that men don't like a woman who works in that. 1000% understandable. But the moment that I meet the right man, baby, I'm out. I'm out so fast. Like, if I meet my husband tomorrow and he says, listen, I want to live with you, but I don't want you working nightlife. Okay, you gotta ask me twice, baby.
A growing number of men are changing how they approach dating. Instead of chasing approval or trying to impress every woman they meet, they're becoming more intentional with their time, money, and energy. Many are focusing on building their careers, improving themselves, and refusing to invest in relationships that don't feel balanced. Rather than seeing this as giving up on dating, they see it as raising their standards. That shift is creating a different dating landscape where men are becoming less willing to sacrifice their own goals just to gain attention or validation.
A while ago when I went to the bar, I remember this guy approached me at the bar. And he was like, hey, I thought you were cute. Would you be interested in getting to know each other? And I was like, yeah. And, okay, mind you, this guy is not objectively attractive, okay? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I was like, do you want to buy me a drink? And he said no. And then I walked off after that because what do you mean you don't have enough money to buy me a drink at the bar? Or I feel like the mindset is, I'm so scared of spending $10 or $15 on a girl if I don't 100% have a shot with her. You know what? I'm not going to give the time of day to a guy that is that cheap and not even attractive. And I've dated non-conventionally attractive men before, and I have no problem with it, but I'm not going to date a non-conventionally attractive man and somebody that's also cheap.
So there's a difference between being cheap and being financially responsible. If someone chooses not to spend money on a person they've just met, that doesn't automatically mean they're stingy. It may simply mean they believe both people's time carries equal value. Instead of assuming one person should always pay to earn attention, many believe it's healthier to be honest about expectations. If two people aren't looking for the same thing, it's perfectly reasonable to walk away respectfully. More men are rejecting the idea that affection or interest should come with a price tag.
The next one.
This is gonna piss off all the man children that are usually in my comments, but I don't really care. I hope it does. This is specifically for the sleazy men that try to pick up girls at the bar, so if you're not one of those, you can keep scrolling. When a girl goes up to the bar to order whatever she's getting, and you wait until after she's ordered and paid to start a conversation with her, you deserve to go to prison immediately. This happened to me the other day, and I don't know if this man thought I was too dumb to realize what he was doing, or if he thought I didn't realize that he was too cheap to afford my burrito and Diet Coke that I got at the bar. Either way, it was such an ick, and I could not have gotten further away from him.
So this guy was
Expecting
supposed
generosity without even communicating your expectations often creates unnecessary disappointment. If someone wants a partner who enjoys paying for dates, that's a personal preference. But expecting strangers to automatically provide expensive gestures simply because they approached you isn't realistic. People naturally invest more in relationships they truly value, but genuine attraction can't be forced through entitlement. Healthy dating starts with honest communication, not assumptions that someone owes you something before a relationship even begins.
I'm gonna be so fucking for real. The reason why women refuse to go on a date with a man unless he pays or he's paying a bill is because women understand that relationships are transactional, especially now. Women are waking up to the fact that, you know, we were taught that we were gonna grow up and date someone for love and marry somebody for love. But we're realizing that men don't do that. Men date and marry women that are convenient. Men date and marry women for the easy access to our bodies. Realistically, all men use us for sex, even ones we're in relationships with. If you didn't have the ability to give a man sex, they wouldn't be dating you. That's why a lot of men, most men, leave their wives when they get sick. Now, what's the difference between you using me for my body and me in return using you for your money? Because realistically, you can make your money back. I have one body, motherfucker. That's also why I would never do sex work and why I don't think it's worth it to date a man even if he was rich, because I don't think my body is worth your money. I'm gonna make my own fucking money. God bless the sex workers that do that. I'm never going to do that because I know my body is worth more than your ugly ass money. But for the women that still want to date men, they understand that the only true value of that at the end of the day and in return, they can have money. Women didn't want relationships to be transactional like this. We grew up wanting to date and marry for love. We grew up wanting to have genuine connection with men. And we're realizing that a lot of that just isn't it's just not really possible anymore. It's not realistic for us. We're understanding that best case scenario, it's a business decision. Best case scenario, a marriage is a business decision. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you can marry for love, but it also should be a business decision on top of that, at the very least. And I think it's just extremely ironic and insane that the finger is now being pointed to women. And, you know, we're making relationships so transactional. We're ruining dating because women refuse to date a man if he can't pay for things. That is quite literally the bare minimum. I saw this amazing quote here the other day, and it was like, the female bird doesn't mate with the fucking male bird if he cannot fucking perform correctly. Like, that's it. That is it. That is natural selection, bitch. A lot of men should not be marrying and should not be procreating because they don't have the fucking brain capacity. They don't have the funds. They're not hot enough. Too bad. This is natural selection. Women should not be
One of the biggest
procreating with a lot
frustrations
of
many
these
men
men.
express
She
isn't
said
that
a bunch of
dating
nothing.
involves effort. It's inconsistency. They notice that standards often seem to change depending on who the man is. Some people receive flexibility, while others are expected to prove themselves before getting the same opportunities. As men gain more life experience, many begin questioning those double standards. Instead of competing for approval, they're choosing to invest in their own growth, careers, finances, and confidence. The message is simple. If a relationship feels one-sided from the beginning, walking away is becoming a much more common choice.
Some of y'all are really out here wanting to offer a woman absolutely nothing. No financial security, no flowers, no love, literally not even like loyalty. And then like expect the world from her. It's absolutely insane. It's like, okay, so like if you're already the worst and you have no money, like what is the point of being with you? You know? If you're ambitious and you have no money and you're like nice and loyal and stuff, yeah, that's a whole different conversation. But it feels like these men literally want to offer absolutely nothing and then like expect the world from a woman. And it's like, huh? And then they get so offended when a woman's like, oh my God, like it would be really nice if my man could like support me financially so I could like, I don't know, bear his children, raise them, take care of them. Like, it's literally insane. It's like that's the bare minimum you could do is like
provide.
Many men
That's
today
literally-
believe that relationships should be built through mutual contribution instead of one person constantly trying to earn acceptance. They've noticed that confidence, emotional stability, and self-respect often create stronger attraction than endless people-pleasing. Rather than trying to buy affection or prove their worth through constant sacrifice, they're focusing on becoming successful, emotionally secure, and independent. The goal isn't to avoid commitment. The goal is to make sure commitment is based on genuine connection instead of one-sided expectations.
I was watching this video of a guy saying how all his single male friends that are in their 30s and 40s who have been single for a while are all much more financially stable than when they were in relationships. And I believe that to be true. As a single male for quite some time, my financial security has basically gone away. Insecurity has gone away. I've basically tripled my net worth. Obviously, I've worked for some of that. But the reason is I don't spend money on things that don't matter. For example, the women in my life, mainly family, still want to spend my money on stuff that doesn't matter. Like, oh, you need to decorate your house with fall pumpkins and all this stuff in your front yard, which costs hundreds of dollars. I don't need to do that. Now add those little things up over and over and over and over again. That's thousands of dollars a year that you're spending money on shit that dudes really don't give a shit about.
I told you
As
they
many
could
men
talk.
get older, their priorities naturally change. Instead of spending money trying to impress others, they begin investing in themselves, their businesses, their health, and experiences they truly enjoy. Life teaches them that long-term stability usually brings more happiness than constantly chasing validation. Many realize that financial discipline creates freedom, while impulsive spending often creates unnecessary stress. For them, success isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about building a life they're genuinely proud to live, whether they're in a relationship or not.
First nigga put me in a whip, a house, or pay for my tuition winning. Come on, y'all, hurry up. Whoever do it first win.
Locking in because I'm almost 24, no rich husband in sight, I'm expensive and need to live in New York City ASAP. I'm in my grind era. They all think they're in some TV show and they're the main character. You're 24 and you actually have to work. Wow, you're not a child. Welcome to becoming an average adult. And it's getting harder and harder to like men. No, I think it's you.